Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy New Year to everyone. I'm so excited to be on here today. Give me 1 second. And I have allergies or something going on, so if I take a sip of water here and there, don't judge me. Okay, I'm sorry. But thank you so much, Mr. Thomas, and a very, very, very happy New Year to everyone on the call. As always, I am so thankful that I have the opportunity to kick off the new year. So happy New Year, everyone. Can we get a little excited today? I might be your cheerleader today, so let's just put that right out there, okay? Now, I want to thank Mr. Thomas again for giving me this opportunity. And last year, I had the same honor and privilege of being able to kick off the year, but it was on a conference call, not on Zoom. So here we are. You guys get to see me today. So thank you so much, Mr. Thomas, for your leadership. Of course, without you and the Kings and all of the amazing leaders, I would not be here. And it's really funny that when I first started this business, I kind of caught a vision and I kind of saw myself like, hey, that could be me one day, but did I really, really believe it? Probably not. But did my mentors like Mr. Thomas believe in me? Absolutely. And they still do, just like your mentors believe in you. So I have a question for everyone. How many of us have seen Cheerleader? So how many of us either gone to a football game or you watch it on TV or whatever, and you see the cheerleaders on the side, they got their pom-poms and they're just going crazy and all that stuff. We've all seen it, right? Now, I don't know about you, but I don't have a team of cheerleaders. Anybody have a team of cheerleaders on here? No? No team of cheerleaders? Okay. Miss Catherine Williams is like, I would like one, right? So nobody has a team of cheerleaders kind of following you around. So this year, I want everyone to be their own cheerleader. So that's kind of the topic for today, is be your own cheerleader. Guys, don't get, defensive or anything. You don't have to put on the outfit or anything, okay? Just believe in yourself. I want everybody to think about it. When no one's there, when you don't have a bunch of people cheering you on, do you cheer yourself on? Do you believe in yourself? Do you clap for yourself? Because guess what? When we first joined this business and we're getting promotions left and right and all these things are happening, we get super excited. And it feels amazing to be recognized. People do more for recognition than they will for money, correct? And we know that. But what happens when that kind of dwindles down because maybe we're not putting in the work or whatever is happening, and you see all these people getting promoted, they're getting recognized, and you're just there kind of feeling like, okay, I'm next. It has to be my turn next. What are you telling yourself? Are you cheering for yourself? Are you clapping for yourself when nobody else is? Because that recognition, we can kind of become dependent on, and we don't want to become dependent on that recognition. You have to be able to clap for yourself. You have to be able to cheer for yourself. And I didn't used to do this in the beginning. When I first started, I didn't even know anything that much about being recognized or what it felt like or what. No, like in college and stuff, I was just the one that I was to myself. I was quiet. I didn't talk to anyone. I would walk, through the halls or whatever, looking down, just hoping nobody would talk to me because I just liked my little bubble. And today, everybody's bubbles have been popped because we have social media and we have Zoom and things like that. So what happens when nobody's cheering for you? What happens when you're by yourself? What happens when you're alone? What happens at night right before your head hits the pillow? What are you telling yourself? Do you let the doubt set in? How do you feel throughout the day if you're not constantly being recognized and if the recognition is what keeps you going? So I want to tell you not to get dependent on that. Your mind is the most powerful thing that you have, and it creates your entire reality. Your entire reality, and guess what? You have control of it. Do not let it be the other way around. Don't let your mind control you. You have to control your mind. So there's a book called Outwitting the Devil. I don't know who has read it. I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know if you have it, but definitely get this book. I haven't even finished it yet. I'm nowhere close to finishing it because every time I read a little bit, it freaks me out and I close the book, okay? That's my honesty right there, okay? But I'm going to finish this book. And definitely by the end of it, it's going to help me be able to control my mind, which it can do the same for you. So now, for a second, just think about it. It's already 2021. Who knows where 2020 went? Because I don't. So if you guys know, you can let me know in the chat. But I don't know where it went. Miss Catherine Williams doesn't know. Mr. Dale Ransom, Mr. Akigo. We don't know where it went. So my question to you is, the same time next year in 2022, are you going to be in the same position? Are you going to say, gosh, where did 2021 go? Or are you going to say 2021 was the one? 2021 was the best year that I've ever had in my life and in my business. By this time next year, think about 2020 for a second. What did you accomplish in 2020? Yes, there was a lot of stuff going on. Yes, we had a lot of things to pivot on. Yes, there were a lot of things we had to figure out on how to completely transfer our businesses and our lives to being online. But what did you accomplish? Did you check things off from your vision board? Did you check things off on your goal list? Or is that list still unchecked? Do you even have a list to start with? So it's 2021. Do you have your vision board ready? Do you have your goals set for the year? Do you have your sights on where you want to be come this time next year? Or even the end of this year? Where do you want to be by August, September, October, November, December? Are you going to be at the next rank? Are you going to be making more money than you're making now? Are you going to be helping a lot more people than you're helping now? So a couple of things that you need is, number one, if you don't have a vision board, you can look it up. Look it up on YouTube, look it up on Google, whatever you need to do. How to make a vision board. Done. We even did a training on it, how to make a vision board. Now, what's your environment like? So I was talking to Mr. Thomas right before New Year's, and he told me that morning he woke up at 2:30 a.m. 2:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I want everyone to think about that, because majority of the world is sleeping at 2:30 in the morning their time, right? And here is a senior vice president that woke up at 2:30 a.m. when the whole world was sleeping. And you know what he told me he did? He said, I took my walk and everything, did my morning routine, and I am cleaning my office and my desk. I'm organizing everything. I cleaned off my desk. So I take clues from leaders like Mr. Thomas and other senior vice presidents and things like that. So if you have a senior vice president telling you, hey, this is what I did right before the new year started, what do you think I did next? I cleaned my desk. I cleaned my office, I cleaned my desk, I organized it, and I cannot tell you how good it felt to just have a clean, fresh start. What are you listening to? What do you listen to all day? Because I can tell you, I was that person that would blast rap music in my car when I was driving, and at a stoplight, you would probably look at me weird because my car was like shaking and vibrating. I was one of those, I'll admit it. Now, you will not catch music in my car unless it's with my mom or something that, she wants to listen to Indian music because she can't understand that much of the motivational stuff we listen to. But Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, Jack Canfield, Eric Thomas, all of these people are who I'm listening to basically 24/7. So who are you listening to? And then the next biggest thing is, what are you telling yourself? What are you telling yourself every moment of every day? As soon as you wake up, you have a choice. You can tell yourself it's going to be the best day ever, or you can say it's going to be the crappiest day ever, and guess what? As soon as you get out of bed, you're going to stub your toe on something, and then it's all downhill from there, and we know how that goes. So you have a choice. So what are you telling yourself as soon as you wake up? What do you tell yourself as soon as somebody says yes, they want to join your team? What do you tell yourself as soon as somebody says no? What do you say when somebody that is super, super close to you tells you that's never going to work? I don't know why you're doing one of those things. I can't believe you. I'm not even going to talk to you anymore. What do you tell yourself? What do you tell yourself right before you jump on a Zoom to talk to someone that you might potentially help change their life? What do you tell yourself right before you go to bed? Because you operate to the belief that you have. You operate to your belief level. What level of belief do you have? Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in the company? Do you believe in the leadership? Because that's how you're going to operate. It comes off. If you don't believe in yourself or you don't believe in anything else, it comes off. If I talk to you and I say, hey, yeah, how are you? So, today we're going to... No. But if I get on here and I'm like, hey guys, good morning. Welcome everyone. Thanks so much for jumping on the Zoom. How are you going to feel? You're going to hear the confidence. You're going to hear the courage. Now, everybody knows the situation that's been happening in 2020. Everybody knows that the whole world shifted. Everybody's world's flipped upside down, all of that stuff. People need us more now than they ever did before. This is the best time to be building an online business that people can work from their cell phones. Their cell phones. People don't have options right now. They're looking for stuff. I had a girl last night. I barely met this girl in a Facebook group, and she messaged me and she's like, this big list of things, and she said, I don't even know why I'm living right now. Now, do you think if I didn't do personal development or anything like that, how would my conversation have been? I might have even went in on it with her, right? And that's happening. There's people out there that are looking for leadership, but people can't find you if you're not there. Do you think that our mindset calls that we do would help somebody like that? Do you think that the books that we read would help somebody like that? Yes. Do you think our environment would help somebody like that? 100%, because it helped me. It helped you, everybody on this call. So now if I asked you for a second, what's your dream job? What would your dream job look like? Now think about it even before you came into this industry. I know people have asked that question, what would you want your dream job to be or your dream business to be? So type some things in the chat. What would you want your ideal job to be? What do you think people would say? People would say, I get to work when I want. I get to work from whenever I want. I get to be my own boss. I don't have to listen to a boss, like stuff like that. They want to travel. They want to work when they want to work. They want to take vacation whenever they want to take vacation. Now, think about how many of those things we have. All of them. We have everything that people would want. Now, is it easy? This industry is not easy, but we have all of those things. It checks all the boxes. We have everything. Most people just never make it because they just don't stick in it long enough, or they just don't go to work at it. I was reading a book, I forgot what book it was, but it was talking about how people feel that they are, I think it was Success Principles by Jack Canfield, but people feel that they're entitled to something just by being born. Which is so true. There's a lot of people out there that feel like the world owes them something, but newsflash, it doesn't owe us anything. You want to be successful, you have to go to work for it. Are there people that get big inheritances and stuff like that? Yes, there are, but not everyone. A majority of people that are multimillionaires or in the 3% are self-made millionaires. They haven't had things handed down to them like Rockefellers, people like that have had things set up. So if you want the success, you have to work for it, and you have to stick in there and do it. Nobody can do your push-ups for you, right? So nobody can teach you. Marie's laughing over there. No, nobody's doing them, Marie. I know you do all your own push-ups and jump rope and everything, but you can't teach personality. Every single person on this call has their own personality. There's things about, Chris that nobody else has. There's things about Akiko that nobody else has. There's things about Miss Joyce that nobody else has. Mr. Bill Howard, you have things about you that you just can't teach. So there's a lot of people out there trying to be like these other people. And I had a conversation with with Julian about this. And there's people trying to copy other people. And yes, they say if you want to be successful, follow what successful people do and things like that. But you don't have to walk, talk, eat, drink, sleep like them, because then you're taking away what makes you you. Don't let go of yourself to try to be somebody else. You have to keep that element that makes you you. And that's what people are going to follow. Because as Byron Nelson says, people join you, they don't join the company. They don't join what we do, they join you. So if they like you, if they vibe with you, guess what? That's your tribe. That's your tribe. And we've talked about that. Mr. Lewis has talked about that. We talked about going into Facebook, talking to people that have the same likes and things that you do. I love Rocky. There's people that love Rocky that I talk to now that I've never met in my life before. But that's because I'm being me. I'm a Pakistani girl. I'm a young entrepreneur. I love Rocky. I love lions. I'm a dog mom. I'm a wife. All of these different things. There's people out there that are going to connect with me that aren't going to connect with anyone else. But if I'm not out there, and if I'm not embracing myself, how are they supposed to find me? The world that we're in right now is totally virtual. And if you're not taking advantage of social media, then you're missing the boat. And I know Mr. Lewis and we're going to be talking more about this month, but my whole purpose on Mondays is mindset. If you saw the amazing flyer, which by the way, can we give Mr. Clemens a hand? Because I saw that flyer and I was just like, that's a good picture of me. That's nice. That's an amazing flyer. But my goal is to give you the mindset for the entire week, for the entire month, for the entire quarter, for the entire year. If you need to go back and keep listening to them, go back, go to the channel, keep listening to them, go to my Instagram, go do whatever you need to do, but do not leave your mind idle, because we know an idle mind is the devil's workshop. Figure out social media. Do it messy, because done is better than perfect. And that's one of the things that I'm embracing this year is done is better than perfect. And Mr. Lewis is clapping for me. I love you, bro, because he knows we've been talking about this. So do it. Just go on Facebook. I heard something yesterday. The more hands you shake, the more money you make. Every comment, every like, every post, every story reply, everything is a handshake. Now, how much money do you want to make? The more hands you shake, the more money you make. And since we can't do it in person, do it virtually. But if we're too scared and if we're holding back saying, oh, well, what's this person going to think about me? They're not going to like me. They're not going to like. Stop worrying about the ones that aren't going to like you and start thinking about the ones that are going to like you. Look at this whole group that we have here. It is such a mixing pot and I love it. We have people from all over the world, all different backgrounds, all different ages and races, everything mixed. But it's because somebody had the courage to stop thinking about other people's opinions and just do them and just be them. Think about Mr. Thomas. Have you ever seen anybody like him? No. Have you ever seen anybody talk like him? No. Have you ever seen anybody with this style? No. Do you know how difficult that is for him to just be able to stand out in his own right that he's done? Do the same thing. Be yourself. Who are you? Who are you being on social media? Are you being this fake persona or are you really being yourself? Because there's going to be people that don't like you, just like how we have gas stations. We own one of them that's a Circle K. Does everybody like Circle K? No. Does everybody like 7-Eleven? No. Does everybody like Chevron? No. What about AM, PM? No. Do you think we care about the ones that don't like it? No. We only care about the ones that love Circle K, that love their cookies and their food and all their snacks and whatever else it is, because those are the ones that are bringing back and forth value to each other. So don't worry about the ones that aren't coming to your gas station. Worry about the ones that are. Take care of the ones that are going to like you for you. Be yourself, because there's somebody out there looking for you specifically. The girl I told you about yesterday, I would have never met her if I stayed in my comfort zone and said, I'm not going to talk to anyone. I'm going to let people come to me and come find me. They can't find you if you're not out there. We know about a lighthouse. A lighthouse has to be present and the light has to be on for the ships to find it. Do you think that if one of the captains of the ships calls the people at the lighthouse and says, hey, can you guys turn your lights down because it's kind of too bright. Can you guys just turn it down a little bit? Do you think the lighthouse turns down their light? No. So why should you? You are a lighthouse for other people. We have something that everybody needs right now. But it does take work. Think about it. You can't just join a college team and after one practice say, hey, I'm going to go to the Raiders. The Raiders are going to take me and that's it. And then you can't join the Raiders and be like, okay, so after one practice, hey, I'm off to the Super Bowl. It doesn't work that way. No, you got to work. You got to go to practice. Do you know how many games and how many times they have to practice just to prepare for one game? So when people first get started and they look at, we got training calls and we got things you got to go learn and stuff like that. Okay, that's not the stuff that's paying you, but that is the stuff that's going to give you the skills to get paid. And you have to develop that because, again, nobody can do your push-ups for you. I was watching a movie with my mom and my husband over the weekend, and it had a bunch of little kids in it that were children of superheroes. Some of you probably know which movie I'm talking about. It was just a cute little fun movie that we watched. And what I try to do is when I'm watching movies or anything, I try to learn from them. I'm looking for leadership tips. I'm looking for little quotes here and there that I can use. And all of these little kids, their parents got kidnapped by aliens or whatever it was, by aliens. Their parents all got kidnapped, all the superheroes. So all the little kids were taken to one place and put into one room together. Now, all of the kids had different superpowers. Each one had their own superpower. But there was one that didn't know what her superpower was. All of these kids didn't know how to control their powers. They all had superpowers, but they didn't know how to control them. So they meet a lady that becomes their mentor that had actually trained their parents. So she tells them, hey, listen, each one of you has something special about you that nobody else has. But you have to develop that superpower for it to be strong. And alone with your superpower, you're strong. You're going to be strong. But together, when you all come together and combine your powers, you're unstoppable. So I want you to think about right now, what is your superpower? What's something that you are just so good at that is yours? What's your superpower? Because guess what? Everybody has one. You might not know it, like the one girl didn't know it, but she ended up becoming the leader of that group of kids. And that's because her dad was the leader too. So all along she was learning about leadership when she thought she had no superpowers. What's your superpower? Because this year is the year to embrace it. This year is the year to go all out. There's no more time to wait. It's already 2021, and it only takes one person to change the entire world. It only takes one, and it's 2021. Put it together. The world needs you. They need somebody that has courage. They need somebody that has the guts to stand up for what they have and to show the world who they are, to be that leader that people can follow and people can hook onto. But if you're not out there, again, people can't find you. Think about Martin Luther King. What did he do? What did he stand for? How many people was he? Just one. It takes one person to start a movement, just like that movement video Mr. Thomas showed us. Think about Mother Teresa. How many people was she? Just one. Gandhi, how many people was he? Just one. Malala, the Pakistani girl, how many people was she? Just one. Mark Zuckerberg, just one. Elon Musk, just one. Steve Jobs, just one. Jeff Bezos, just one. You, just one. There's just one of you. And the world needs you. not anybody else. My mom was telling me that when we moved to a smaller town from Los Angeles, they didn't even have $200 in their pocket. And I never knew that story. Can you imagine that? I never knew that story. That when they moved here, they didn't even have $200 in their pocket. But it took my parents having the courage and saying, no, we see something better. They had that vision. They had that courage to move out of their comfort zone into something that was unknown because they believed in it. What is faith? Faith is believing the unseen, thinking and believing that it's going to happen. So are you believing that what you see is going to happen? I want everybody to make their own odds. I want you to bet on yourself. Because guess what? I don't care if anybody else bets on me or not. I'm going to bet on myself this year. Because I'm done playing small. I'm done not going after my vision, thinking about what I have to do, knowing what I have to do, and listening to that gut voice. And each of you have the same thing. I have a word for every single quarter this year. I didn't even have a word for last year. I did, but then March, everything went out the window. I don't remember what my word was. I don't remember. Miss Hayes is laughing. I don't remember what my word was. So think about it. Bet on yourself. When was the last time you took a chance on yourself? When was the last time you listened to yourself? When was the last time you listened to that gut voice that you have inside your stomach that somehow magically always ends up being right? And you were like, oh, I knew I should have done that. Or, oh, I knew I shouldn't have done that. And you know exactly what I'm talking about because each of us has that gut voice that we don't always listen to. So look, there's people that didn't make it to 2021. And every weekend that I go back home to see my mom, I go visit my grandma and my aunt at the cemetery. They're not here. They didn't make it. You're still here. You have a purpose. And I said it before and I'll say it again. If you're not dead, you're not done. The number one thing that people regret when they're dying is that I should have done what I wanted to do and not let the opinion of other people stop me. And you can look that up. That's the number one regret. Nobody knows how much time they have. And it's already 2021. Think about 2020. There's so many people that aren't here anymore that had hopes and dreams, maybe even to change the world. Maybe they had inventions that were going to change the world and the planet. But nobody's ever going to know because they did not have the time or courage maybe to get out there and make it happen. You're still here. We're already the 4th day into January, into the new year, into 2021. What have you done already to change your patterns from last year? Are you saying, I'm going to learn social media? I don't care how old I am. If you need help, come to me. I'll help you. Go look at my page. Look at what I'm doing. Go look at Mr. Lewis's page. Look at what he's doing. Go look at the bakery because I'll tell you what, every time I see a promotion or something pop up, I go comment, I go like it. We have to support each other on this. We're all on the same mission. We're not all on the same teams, which is fine. We're all the same company, and guess what? We're all human beings going to a better place in the future. Why do you think Mr. Thomas is where he's at? He has an open door policy. There are teams that you can't even talk to here you can, but in other companies and stuff, you can't even talk to the main leaders or you can't even get into their trainings or anything because they're so exclusive and they shut it off. And if you're not directly in their team, you don't have access. We have an open door policy with Mr. Thomas. Do you know how lucky we are? And then when I hear people say, oh, well, I have to walk my dog at that time. Really? Get out. Why are you even here? Really, I have to walk my dog, but you have a chance here to listen to a man that I can't even say how many figures he makes or anything. He's done so many things in his life, even before this company. He's been in magazines 10 years in a row. This man just introduced me. That's a mind-blown moment. You have a chance to learn from somebody like that, and you got to walk your dog? Oh, you're having breakfast at that time? I'm sorry. Oh, you're at work? Okay, great. Well, other people are working too. And I don't want anybody to get sensitive or take this the wrong way. It's 2021. I'm just being myself. So it is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. Now, there's people that say, hey, well, I'm at work. I work. Okay, so does everybody else. We have Miss Bernal that is literally in operation rooms that has an AirPod or something, and she still listens. There's people that are going through so many things in life right now, but they still show up. If you don't show up, you might just miss your blessing. So if you don't want to miss your blessing, don't stop showing up. Because you never know. That one Zoom, that one event, that one call, that one live, that one message, that one book, that one podcast, something that somebody says on that call might be the one thing that's going to change your whole entire life. I can't tell you how I would have felt. If I would have never gone to the international, I don't even know if I'd be here. If I would not have plugged into Mr. Thomas's calls, I can guarantee you I wouldn't be here. I have not missed any calls aside from being at funerals or anything serious like that. And I know there's so many of you that have been so faithful and consistent, and it's gonna pay off this year because you're gonna make it pay off this year. There's no more time to wait. It's 2021 and you're the one. You're the one that's gonna change it for your family. You're the one that's gonna be out there showing up like a leader that people need to follow. Because guess what? Don't you think the world needs a little bit more leadership right now? Yes, it does. That's one of my personal goals this year, is to show up. Show up and show out. Show up and show out. You can write that down. Show up. Yes. So, yep, Mr. Dave Culver, yes. All excuses are created equal. That's what Mr. Dean Torelli said. And he's totally right. Because if you really want something, you're going to find a way. If you don't want it, you're going to find an excuse. Game on, Miss Sensational. Yes, girl. Game on. We're making it happen. So I'm going in 2021. I know Mr. Thomas is going. Mr. Julian Lewis is going. The leaders are going. I know a lot of you on this call are going. But if you're coming, again, just like I said last week, right before, I haven't seen you guys since last year. You guys still look good. If you're coming, type I'm going with you or I'm coming in the chat. Because it's 2021. It's time to stop playing around. We don't have time for this. Every single day that you don't do something is a day wasted. I heard a quote over the weekend. A day not being yourself is a day wasted being you. Write that down because you got to listen to it a couple times for it to make sense. A day not being you was a day wasted being you. Does that make sense? Mr. Julian Lewis, he's like, I'm already there. So, look, it's 2021 and you're the one. I need everybody on this call to believe in yourself. I need you to stop waiting for other people to tell you it's okay to go talk to that person, or it's okay to go use social media, or it's okay to go make that post. Go do it. Go do it. I'm giving you permission, and Mr. Thomas is giving you permission, and Mr. Lewis. Go do it. Go all out this year. Bet on yourself. Make yourself proud. Just do it. Because I promise you there's going to be a day where tomorrow never comes. And by that time, it's going to be too late. So the fact that you're here, if you're not dead, you're not done. Go out and do it. Go out and make yourself proud. Go out and make your family and your friends, whoever is supporting you, whoever believes in you, go make everybody proud. But the one that matters most is you.